Hello everybody and welcome to episode 51 of the Ask the Coach show, the show where we answer your table tennis questions. In today's show, we talk about the ITTF World Tour Finals, taking the ball early, shadow play, how to become an umpire, and returning spin serves. I'm Jeff Plum from PingSkills, and with me as always is Super Coach Alois Rosario. Welcome Alois.
Hi Jeff, how are you this morning?
I'm really good. You enjoying the music this morning?
Yeah, the music's great, Jeff, but I still want to hear you on the guitar. I don't want any of this, taken off something else. I want you on the guitar.
Okay, all right. I'll work on that. Soon we'll have me on the guitar. Intro of the show. Sounds great.
Perfect.
Okay. So yesterday, Alois, we asked what were people's favourite part of PingSkills, and we got some interesting responses.
Yeah, we did. A lot of people like this show. Great. I'm glad we're waking up early for a purpose, and also the lessons. I think the lessons are probably.
Yeah, the lessons was the other main one, wasn't it, that people liked? So that was good to hear. So thank you, everyone, for your comments on that question. We've got another question for you today, and the question is, what did you think of the presentation of the ITTF World Tour Finals? So as always, you can leave a comment on our blog. Go to pingskills.com, table tennis blog. There's a blog link there. It'll be easy to find once you visit pingskills.com. Leave a comment, or you can leave a comment on YouTube. Up to you. All right. Okay, Alois, let's get into the questions. First one is from Mudit. And Mudit asks, when I started learning forehand topspin against backspin, I started taking the ball late. My stroke was almost vertical, where I tended to lift the ball and give it maximum spin. As I developed, I want more speed and more depth. Can you help me out?
Yeah, so sure, Mudit. And learning that basic stroke to start off with, I think, is really good. Against backspin, initially we're not generating as much speed with our racket, so it's okay to have a nice vertical swing and finishing up fairly high above your head there. So that sort of height. As you start to get more confident and start to swing more and want to hit that ball faster, then you can turn your bat over, start a little bit higher, finish more forward, so out there somewhere rather than here. And the crucial thing here now is to be able to brush that ball faster. So if you brush the ball faster, then you'll be able to get that ball going forward. If you don't brush the ball fast, the ball's just going to drop down off your bat. So we really need to get this angle coming forward, but really brushing that ball a lot faster if that's the type of stroke that you want to play. You also mentioned in your questions and comments that you find it easier when that ball's a bit higher, and that is right. So try to get that ball closer to the peak of the bounce if you're going to play that faster over the ball type of stroke, because it'll help you. You don't have to lift the ball as much.
Okay, so is there anything specifically you need to think about to transition from taking the ball later to taking the ball earlier at the top of the bounce, or is it just practicing that?
Yeah, so a couple of things. So one is, if you're going to take that ball at the top of the bounce, get closer to the table, because you don't want to be reaching out here to get the ball at the top of the bounce. You want to be moving in closer so that you're playing this similar type of stroke close to the bounce. The other thing is so your swing is going to start higher, so that's probably the first thing you need to start to think about, starting your swing a little bit higher rather than down here out of screenshot, up here, and then coming forward more if that's the type of stroke that you're looking for to generate more speed.
Okay, good, yeah. I think it's interesting this playing the forehand topspin against backspin in terms of when you develop this stroke. Like, I remember for me, that was a really difficult stroke to learn. Like, I think the counter hit is easy enough to learn, and then you can sort of start to develop into a topspin. but I found the backspin when it was just dragging down off your bat really hard, and then especially to implement that into a game, because every time you made a mistake, you lost a point. So is this a difficult stroke to learn?
Yeah, some players do find it difficult. Some players find it pretty natural, I think. I think one of the key things to focus on is just the contact of the bat on the ball. If you're getting a nice brushing, gripping contact, then you'll start to see the ball lifting off your racket rather than diving off the racket.
Okay.
Yeah, and as we always talk about, just make sure that your rubber has got some grip on it. If you're trying to use a really slippery rubber that has got no grip, then it's basically going to be impossible to make that stroke.
Okay, excellent advice. All right, thanks for the question, Mudit. Next up, Arnab has asked us a question, and Arnab says, I wanted to share a video from Facebook which shows a girl learning the forehand topspin, but there's no bat or ball involved. My question is, how important or effective is this kind of training for a little child beginning to learn to play?
Yeah, so Arnab, we'll put a link onto the video that Arnab's talking about. But basically, it's a little girl. She's got a wheel in front of her, so she's got a big wheel. It's like almost a shopping trolley wheel or something, just a little larger, about so big. And she's standing in front of the wheel and brushing the wheel. So she's doing that sort of stroke.
Using a bat?
No, she hasn't got a bat in her hand at the time. Okay, so she's just doing that with her hand and getting the wheel to roll forward. I think that's a really good concept to teach players the contact and the feel of brushing the ball and getting that stroke right. If you do this, then the wheel just isn't going to turn. So by doing that, you are starting to get the wheel to turn. So a couple of things there. One is she's doing her stroke. She's practicing her stroke. She hasn't got a bat. You can also do the stroke without the bat, or you can do that same thing with the bat. You can do it with the wheel or without the wheel. So you don't have to have the wheel there either. You can just do what we call a shadow play, so where you're just playing that stroke and lifting your bat through. The wheel just gives you a better feedback because it's like you are brushing that ball. Okay, so the wheel gives you good feedback. If it spins, then you're getting a nice contact. If it doesn't spin, then you're not getting a good contact. So yeah, so there's a bit of advice. And Jeff, we've got an intruder, have we?
We have got an intruder. Say hi, PingSkillers.
Hi.
Yeah, so I mean that sounds really interesting, Alice. So it's kind of taking shadow play to the next level.
Yeah, it is. So it's shadow play with a little bit more feedback, and yeah, it's a good concept. I've seen players do it before, and it seems to help quite well. So yeah, we'll put a link onto about that video or to that video that you can see the little girl doing that stroke.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, the next question is from Vijay Kumar, who says, I want to become a table tennis referee or umpire. Please advise me whom to approach.
Yeah, so probably going to your club is a good first step, and then maybe to your state or your national association. They should have some courses involved for your umpire training, and there are levels within your umpire training. The other good resource is the ITTF site, and we'll put some links on there. On the ITTF site, there is an umpires section. It's a URC, which is Umpires and Rules Committee, I think. And on there, it's got good information about the levels of umpiring, and things that you can pursue. But go and see your state or national association. Get involved in going to tournaments and doing some umpiring at tournaments, and then you'll find that you will start to get involved, and you'll probably find a really simple path there as well. So Yeah. So
Okay,
give
yeah,
that a
that
go.
sounds good. And BJ, it's really good that you want to get involved in the umpiring. I know in Australia it's difficult to attract umpires, and it's important that we get new umpires coming through. So well done on that endeavour, BJ. All right, Alois. The last question is from Sundaram, and Sundaram says, when I played table tennis, some players gave me a bouncy spin serve, and I am unable to return them. I'm kindly looking for your answer.
Yeah, so they can be difficult. So I'll focus a bit on the bounciness. So when they're bouncy, the ball's coming up a bit higher, and this position here is often a bit more difficult, or it's a bit different to deal with. Usually we're used to hitting the ball from down, at waist height or chest height, that sort of area. When the ball's a bit bouncy, sometimes we try to get the ball up here. The ball's spinning, and it can be an awkward stroke. So, firstly, let the ball either drop down or get the ball a bit earlier before it bounces up, and try to get it at the right hitting height for you. After that, it's just a matter of still applying the same principles of receiving serve, of thinking about the angle of your bat, what type of spins on the ball, and the type of stroke you're going to play. But yeah, with the bounciness, it can be awkward. And the other thing is, when the ball is bouncy, you sort of start to think, oh, I need to hit this ball really hard. You don't need to. If the ball's there, and if you have to hit the ball at that height, just think about spinning the ball. Just putting the top spin on the ball is what's going to give you some good consistency with your return.
Okay, yeah, good tip there, Alice. I like that. Yeah, I think a lot of people do feel like they have to smash the ball if it goes up slightly higher. That's a good tip, just to play it on its merits and make sure you spin it and get it on the table. You never lose the point if you hit the ball on the table.
That's it, exactly. Good tip.
All right, Brendan, do you want to show them the Rubik's Cube? You're sitting here practicing the Rubik's Cube, Alois.
Oh, well, did you just peel the stickers off and stick them on in the right spots, Brendan?
Well, thanks for joining the show, Brendan. We've answered all your questions. Remember, you can come on and answer questions live by going to our Google Plus page, going to the Hangouts and clicking the Q&A button. Also, you can ask questions at PingSkills.com Table Tennis Forum. We've got the Ask the Coach section there where we answer all your table tennis questions, and we choose the best ones to put on this show. So make sure you visit PingSkills.com, and if you haven't, sign up for our free newsletter. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Have a great weekend, and thank you, Alois.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Brendan, for providing some great entertainment this morning. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye,
We'll see you on Monday. Bye.